Hey, welcome back everyone. It is now the end of September of 2022, and with Andor episodes 1 through 4 now out on Disney Plus and fans awaiting the 5th episode, we have a lot of fans also very excited for Tales of the Jedi that's going to debut on October 26th. That's going to actually conclude all of the Star Wars shows for the 2022 year. This is Mike Zero. Make sure to subscribe if you are new to the channel for future Star Wars updates. Also, by the way guys, make sure to drop a thumbs up on this video to support the channel. I thank you also very much for the kind support. It is greatly appreciated. Now, one thing about the new universe is that yes, we do have George, John, and Dave all working together as a team to deliver the best Star Wars material as possible, taking key aspects from Star Wars Legends, such as highlights from the Throne Trilogy, Dark Empire, Shadows of the Empire, the New Jedi Order books, and a whole lot more, and how that's going to be all transferred over into the new universe. Now, with that being said, there's also a lot of things happening behind the scenes between John and Dave, as well as George, working on The Mandalorian Season 4, and exactly what it's really going to entail when it comes to the journey of Luke Skywalker and, of course, the characters that surround him. Now, that brings us to one of the biggest developments for The Mandalorian Season 4, how it involves George Lucas, and exactly what's coming our way for the character of Anakin Skywalker as well. So, obviously, we already know that Jon Favreau said before in the past that he would love to actually end the Mandalorian series at a Season 6, and that's a big if as at this moment right now. He wants to see how Mando 4 goes, and then moves on from there. The initial plan was to end everything by Mando 4, but now he's looking at the possibility of a Season 5 and 6. So, moving past all of this, given that both Favreau and Filoni are working on The Mandalorian Season 4 right now to create a time jump for the series, they are also focused on a handful of other Star Wars announcements that will be revealed next year. Now, it's noted, however, that one of the major scenes that are about to be introduced in the Mandoverse is set to involve a reunion between two beloved characters in the Star Wars franchise. Storyboards have already been finalized for the script in which Anakin and Luke will not only have a reunion scene, but also a moment in which Anakin's Force Ghost is set to teach Luke a deep lesson about the Force during his time on the world of Ossus. Creators, of course, George Lucas and others, are actually said to direct this episode that includes the moment both father and son have a big scene together. Anakin here is set to provide Luke ancient information about the Wills to Luke Skywalker and the legend of the Journal of the Wills. The Wills are gods that created the galaxy and characters created by Lucas, and with Anakin teaching Luke about these creatures. This is all said to connect to how Luke finds the Journal of the Wills in one of the ancient tree libraries across the galaxy, including the one seen in The Last Jedi. Now, let me just pause here quickly for 1 second. Alright? Now, there are multiple tree libraries around the galaxy. That's what's going to be made canon. And it almost comes across like John and Dave are about to retcon the tree library in The Last Jedi that may very well not be the true first Jedi temple. And we already know that John and Dave are finding avenues and pathways to retcon a lot of aspects of episodes 8 and 9 specifically, and this could very well be one of them. But I want to go over Anakin actually teaching Luke a lesson about the Wills and why it's so poetic. Now, you guys may or may not know about this, but in, of course, the current Star Wars canon, Luke Skywalker was completely shocked when he actually first sees the Force Ghost of Anakin Skywalker. You know, at least after the events of Return of the Jedi. You know, the second time he sees him. And he has this big emotional response, you know, very shocked about seeing his father again. And there is also a moment in Shadows of the Sith, it's one of the most recent books about Luke, that actually released back in June. And in there, Anakin actually saves Luke Skywalker from the darkness, because Luke is tapping into the world of Exegol, and he's almost kind of like teleported there in a very odd way through his mind, and Anakin prevents him from doing that. So, there's a lot of things going on with this new Star Wars, universe at hand between Anakin and Luke, and exactly what's about to be made canon. So here, we have Anakin teaching Luke a lesson about the wills. So, the wills, alright, so far we don't know much about them, other than the fact that we have a journal of the wills that does exist, and we got the Guardian of the Wills in Rogue One, a Star Wars story that were mentioned. That's about the only two big references we have of the wills in the official Disney Star Wars canon, specifically, in, movies. So, with that being said, moving past all of this, Lucas is set to not only direct the episode for Mando 4, but will also be helping John and Dave on the dialogue for the scene between both Anakin and Luke. Hayden has already been in the talks about this scene and is very excited to begin working on Mando 4 to return as Anakin's ghost, to communicate with his son about ancient relics and the wills. Now, during this scene, Favreau and Filoni are planning a flashback that will showcase the design of the wills as Anakin Skywalker reveals this information about them to Luke Skywalker. So once again, we have a very interesting format that John and Dave are putting together, is that while Anakin is teaching Luke about the wills and the journal of the wills, and how there are multiple tree libraries across the galaxy, during this set of dialogue that's being passed from Anakin to Luke, there's going to be a flashback that shows us what the wills look like and what they did with these tree libraries scattered across the galaxy, housing multiple journals of the wills, one of which is in The Last Jedi. Now, this is really interesting because this is actually changing the game, that there's not just one tree library, but there are multiple. And for those of you that are not aware, the overall original idea of the tree library came from Dark Empire 3. I suggest that you guys go ahead and listen to the audiobook version. In there is an actual tree library that actually has a lot of ancient Jedi knowledge, and you can see where Rian Johnson got the idea from. As much as I don't like The Last Jedi, I will say the one thing that I really do like about it are two things. You had the Luke and R2 reunion, and number two, I feel that the tree library was very much, a callback to Dark Empire. But that's about it. But moving forward from all of this Anakin and Luke reunion is really going to be a game changer. This is something that fans have been waiting and waiting to see for the very long time under Disney's wing, and we have yet to have gotten it. And now it's finally happening. John and Dave are putting this together for Mando 4. George Lucas, however, is directing the episode that's going to involve both Anakin and Luke's reunion scene, and how Anakin passes down the knowledge about the wills, and of course, the journal of the wills to Luke Skywalker and how to find them. So, overall, this is really a good move by Lucas, and how he is going to be pretty much moving the overall tone between both Anakin and Luke not seeing each other in the canon to actually finally seeing each other again. So overall, guys, drop a comment below. Let me know what you guys have to say about this below in the comments, and if you guys did enjoy the content for today, make sure to drop a thumbs up on this video to support the channel. I thank you all so very much for the kind support, and I'll catch you guys next time.
From night